Hello, everyone. I don't know if anybody's here yet. Let me refresh. Oh, shorts, live, public. There we go. Lionsgate. Testing the sound. Yep, testing the sound. Waiting for people to come into the room. Nobody's here yet. Oh, we have somebody. Hi. How are you? Okay, so let's begin. Out of the 300 decks that I've chosen for the Lionsgate reading, All Signs is Wizard of Oz is the primary. This Find Your Magic Tarot is the clarifier. The clarifiers need clarifying. A brand new deck that I'm unboxing today, apparently, because I was drawn to it. I have to be drawn to the decks that I'm going to use, whether it's a private reading or an All Signs. Yeah, so I got pulled to a new deck for a clarifier of a clarifier. And overalls or advice is going to be begotten from the Phantom Wise Tarot. Okay, so in the meantime, while we wait for others to get into the room, I'm going to unbox these. And it's not a traditional unboxing where I show you and talk about the intuits I'm getting. I was drawn to it. I want to use it. I have a theme for the reading, and so I have to clean it, right? Because a lot of people touch the decks during production. I'll read the books. Cute deck. Oh, it's really professionally wrapped. The cards are smooth rather than textured. I prefer a textured deck because they don't stick together. Well, let's see what happens with this one. Again, this is called the Infinite Door. So let me show you. This is what the Fool card looks like. So it is a traditional deck. So a traditional deck has the Fool as the number or element of 0. It's kind of weird that he's facing the mountain rather than the cliff. It almost looks like he wants to go back into the cave. So every time I open a deck, a new deck, it speaks to me in its own language, in a way. So we want to check to see if Justice and the Strength card has traded places. Nope. We have, it's an 8, Strength card. The next thing I look for is whether the World card is a traditional number. It appears to be so. So it's quite traditional. I like the paleness of colors. So the Infinite Door. The Infinite Door, which is almost, we think of infinite, we think of expansion, and then a door is like kind of like an obstruction, right? I don't know. Here's the cover art. And there's nothing on the back. Divination, illumination, navigation, meditation. Okay. So I have to clean the cards with sage. I know sage is not used for negativity, but it's smoky. It kind of neutralizes the energy, right? So that's why I use sage to clean decks. How are you guys doing? I hope you're well. So does anybody want to ask me questions while I do this? Meaning, see if I get any intuits. So I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, feeling empathic. I've been reading tarot for over 35 years. And just want to let you know, I'm doing it all signs. I'm doing Aries through Pisces today to gather the energy or use the energy of Lionsgate. Now, the first few years of this Lionsgate phenomenon, I didn't really pay attention. You know, I didn't really feel anything about it. It's like, okay, it's the 8th of August. What am I going to do? But it's gathered energy because everybody keeps talking about giving it energy. So it is now it feels like a manifestation energy. Whereas I just thought it was bullshit before. It probably was, but it's not now, right? So eighth house is other people. It's like earned money, other people's money, sex, death, taxes, and karma. Okay, it's very scorpionic energy, mysterious. It's a house of surprise visits, right? But there's a manifestation of element 2. The 8th house. It generates energy rather than takes it or serves it, right? Meaning you give energy when you have sex, you give energy to someone when you pay them for a job well done, you know, that kind of thing, right? It's not so much an energy exchange as it is a giving exchange. And you can use that energy, I think, to manifest. So I'm trying to develop a theme for today, right? Usually I have a question, right? With the Lionsgate reading, all signs readings. So let me think of a question. I'm not sure. What is the next thing you want to manifest? What is the next karma you're going to be cognizant of? I don't want something so ethereal that it's timeless. You know, I like to give deadlines to my readings, so because anybody can say something is timeless. I mean, everybody has generally the same experience, just they experience it through a different house, thereby a different lens, right? Aries is, you know, concerned about identity. What's my place in the world? What's my place at work? Taurus, what's my relationship to money, right? Oh, so thirsty. Okay, these have been saged, right? But I hardly ever use clarifiers to clarify the clarifiers, so I don't anticipate using it all that much today. This is a very intuitive deck, the Wizard of Oz Tarot. It has turned out to be a really intuitive deck. So it has black, just like the film, it has black and white scenes for the time that she's in dull, you know, Kansas, right? There's Uncle Eb. And then when she's in Oz, it's in color, right? Just like the movie. Thank you for the like. I appreciate you. So let's focus on the question. I think I want to do manifestation rather than karma. So what is the next best thing your sign will manifest in the next 12 months? How's that? Okay, let us begin with Aries. What is the next best thing Aries will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months? What is the next best thing Aries will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months due to Lionsgate? So you still have to put energy in, meaning today. So after the reading, if you believe that the reading you get is accurate, and say you're going to manifest money, you need to focus on manifesting and praying for money starting today. And use today's energies, okay? What is the next best thing in Aries' life will they manifest in the next 12 months due to Lionsgate energy? For Aries, what is the next best thing they will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I heard talk too loud. It's not a complaint or a warning. And it was uninflected. It was very neutral. It's like talk too loud. So I don't know if they're wanting you to project. They meaning God. What's the next best thing Aries will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I heard orator. So I'm getting a theme here, right? Obviously. Public speaking, podcasting, YouTube, presentation, right? So I'm going to pull 3 cards. The quintessential communications card. Back and forth communications with the 8 of Brooms. Now the 8 of Brooms is likened to the 8 of Wands, of course. It's all about long distance communication. Remember, I heard for Aries, talk too loud and orator, okay? Now, these brooms appear to be right over the poppy fields surrounding Oz, right? So I don't know if it's protected communications, right? Because the poppy fields, which are poisoned, protect the land of Oz, right? People, remember Dorothy fell asleep because of all the heroin she was inhaling in or whatever, right? So I don't know, protected communications is like encrypted in communications, or the way you speak privately versus publicly. I'm just saying, it's in the upright. The 8 of Brooms or 8 of Wands, I liken to, it's online dating, of course, as well, but it's also a resumes card for me. So, when you go for interviews, you are presenting in a way, right? I do read reversals if you're new here. The Star card in reverse. Now remember, the question is, what is the best thing that Aries can manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? The Stars card in reverse, here it is in the upright, just so you can see it. Here she's falling asleep in the poppy fields, right? Just like I said in this card. And someone has to help revive her so she can make it to the end of the yellow brick road, which is Oz, right? So off to see the Wizard of Oz, right? And Glenda the Good Witch, or some higher being, sees her in a bubble and manifests that she wakes up so she can continue on in her journey. This is the wishing card, right? She wants to grant Dorothy's wish. You got it in reverse. For me, the message is, I think you're going to have to rely on yourself, which, believe it or not, it can be difficult for Aries. They always think God will provide at the last second everything I need, so I don't really need to focus on it. You're going to have to turn that energy into an actual manifestation rather than just being welcomed for the energy to come in, you can't rely on anybody. You have to manifest, and it's not, it appears not to be necessarily a networking thing, right? So don't, rest on your laurels, right? And the third card you have is the King of Wands in the upright. Your energy, Aries, right? Now remember the Scarecrow? Right? All he wanted was a brain. Right? And see how he's sitting down in the cornfield? Now the King of Brooms has to do with contracts. The written word. Action. Contract is laying out the terms of action. You're going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and we're going to benefit each other, right? So this isn't necessarily a person. This is an abstract situation. Communications. Don't rest on your laurels. Rely on yourself, right? Or don't put too much reliance on others, right? Just make sure that if you delegate to others, oh, this person is going to introduce me to this person. No, you put that in play, and then you find other people who can contact that person as well, right? That's what I mean. It's going to have to be, you're manifesting a way to bring good things to yourself in the next 12 months by presenting, by communicating, by public speaking, podcasting, projecting yourself and your identity, your first house that you're ruled by, out onto the public space, right? Okay, let's clarify. Again, this also is a resumes card. I just want to put that out. Eights are related to strength. The king's cards, if they had a number, it would be the number 14, which is temperance, right? Waiting for the right time. The star card stands on its own. That is the only major arcana, but it's your central. Keep your expectations and your manifestations realistic. A little ambitious, but not like, oh, I want to be as rich as Jeff Bezos in 12 months. Just kind of keep it realistic, right? Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. So let's clarify. What should we clarify first? The Stars card in reverse. Thank you for being here on your mid-Saturday. I was going to do this earlier, but I had stuff going on. What is the Stars card in reverse mean for Aries in terms of the theme of this reading? What does the Star card in reverse mean for Aries in regard to the theme of this reading? I don't know why I have to say it. There's like a sentence coming in. Not a phrase, like a full sentence, like almost like an instruction, but I can't make it out. You need to learn respect. So I don't know if you're already respectful, then you need to, maybe that's what it means by talk too much. Maybe you're too blunt. I think blunt is good. Anyway, what does the Star card in reverse mean for Aries in regards to the theme of this question? Say what you want is what I heard. So a lot of, you manifest by speaking, not by writing, right? I heard praying. So what does this card mean? The Star card in reverse. And it's being clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Is it 9? Oh, it's the Three of Pentacles. Sorry. You got it in reverse, but I'm going to show it to you in the upright. Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. So this is backing up what I'm saying. Remember, don't rely on others. It's in reverse. You might need mandatory training or permitting or licensing in order to being able to be more independent, perhaps, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And remember, this is the Architect's card. And this is from the Find Your Magic Tarot. Here she's painting, right? And she's teaching painting. So I think it has to do with the arts, which includes communications, right? So the intuit we had was right. Now I'm going to clarify the Eight of Brooms, the Eight of Wands in the upright. What is keeping you from your destination? You've gotten past the Seven of Wands, which is other people's opinions, right, and blockages. Now you're at the Eight of Wands energy today as of the Lionsgate date. And you're about to move into the Nine of Wands energy. Nines are related to the Hermit, which backs up kind of within the theme, right? You're near the end of the road where you can, it's almost like the precipice between manifestation and living your dream, is what I want to say. It's just the dream, right? But the theme of Wizard of Oz is they're on a journey to see one person who can make their dreams come true, right? There must be a reason why I was not even knowing exactly what question I would talk about today or use as a theme. And then remember what he says, the wizard says at the end, you've always had these things within you. You don't need me. So it's almost like if in terms of communication areas, you can make a living off of it. It looks like you can manifest by speaking it into reality. And I don't mean like an ethereal way. Speaking in combination with action, Mars energy, okay? So let's clarify the Eight of Brooms in the upright. Hello, welcome. I know I'm starting late today, I'm sorry. What does the Eight of Brooms in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this reading? What does the Eight of Brooms in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this reading? What does the Eight of Brooms in the upright mean in regards to this reading for Aries? Okay. I heard yes, cut. The Death card. So, upright, the Death card in the upright. So what is the theme of the reading? What are Aries, what is the best thing Aries is going to manifest in the next 12 months if they use Lionsgate energy? Death, of course, is about transformation. It's related to the queens of the deck in number, in numerology, right? It looks like this person probably had a beard and then they shaved and they're seeing themselves as a new person. There's transformation. It's almost like a new you. And your outward self is a projection, remember, right? So the Eight of Brooms, the Eight of Wands, will lead to you even looking different in a public space. Like people who know you will go, I never knew you had this talent or something, right? That's the vibe I'm getting. And then you have the Chariot in reverse. There is a halt or a delay in some kind, perhaps in communications returning back to you, but don't let that halt you, right? Most of the time in the Rider-Waite, in the Rider-Waite, not most of the time. In the Rider-Waite, the Chariot card in the upright is a halt. Here, it is movement. You can see the movement of the horses pulling this caravan, right? You can see there's people all around. It's a very, very public space. It's almost like they're in a parade. Here it is in the upright again. Just want to see the pretty card. I heard practice what you preach. So if it is a presentation, orientation, practice in the mirror. It's okay. You know what I mean? Change your look, or you'll appear differently. I'm going to pull another one just for kicks. And Queen of Swords in reverse. I heard, don't listen to the poppy seed head. Whatever that means. Anyway. But here she's being pulled, right? In the upright, the Queen of Swords is logical. It's most likely an air, sun, or moon person. Okay? The more distant the planets are to you, the less gravitational pull. But it depends on their size too. Jupiter, Saturn are large planets. That's why it matters when their transits matter, right? In the upright, she's logical. Reverse, illogical. So the path you take, okay, may be unconventional, but leads to back and forth communications. Your manifestation is speaking it and making it happen. Maybe network, but don't rely on those connections to get what you want. Still manifest. If this person can steps up to the plate and provides what you need, great, but otherwise you're already working toward it. Probably because you already have it in you, right? That's an interesting reading. I'm thirsty. Okay. So I'm going to get, even though we have the advice, I still want further clarification on the advice, right? So we're going, rather than getting the ultimate outcome, let's talk about advice. Because I almost kind of feel like Aries is looking at me right now, going, kind of scratching their heads, going, I talk all the time. Yeah, you need to do, right? Now, readings are for every sign, every person, okay? So this reading is for all Aries, not just one of you out there, okay? Fucking idiot. Sorry for the noise. The person upstairs. What is further advice for Aries to manifest the next great thing in their life in the next 12 months? What is the advice for Aries to manifest the next great thing for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? One more shuffle. Boom. Three of Swords in reverse. Always strive for clarity, because there might be someone around you, like an airy kind of person, who's confusing you. You have the answers within yourself. Don't take advice from an air sign, sun or moon. And go ahead and ask them for their moon sign. If you don't know it, ask them for the birthday time. If they don't know that, just, type that into an ephemeris calculator, and I think in America, if it's an American it's, I believe, 12 noon. And if it's someone who's born in Europe, it's 6 a.m. If you don't have a perfect birth time, right? But healing, right? I heard pulling the wounds out of your head, right? So whatever, if anybody's ever given you shite about, God, just spilled all over the place, what a pro. Shite about the way you speak, like too blunt or too loud or whatever, right? Just don't listen to them. Honestly, they sound like jerks. And the World card in reverse. Don't delay. Don't delay. Do what you have to do to change your life around. Okay? Well, that's an interesting reading. Very thorough for Aries, right? So the next sign we're going to read for is Taurus. Sorry. Is Taurus. Earth element. How many people here too? Thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you. Hey. If you're just joining, I'm going to make sure I have all the cards because I dropped them all. Okay. What a pro. Anyway, Taurus. Thank you for the likes, you guys. What's the next best thing Taurus will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? What's the next best thing Tauruses will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? What's the next best thing Taurus will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I'm seeing a pair of women's lips like floating in the air. I don't know. Sometimes images will just kind of like appear in front of me. And they're like brightly painted with red lipstick. Sexy Tauri. What's the next best thing Tauruses will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I heard don't cut. The Knight of Swords in the reverse. Now, if the Knights had a number, they would be tied to the Hanged Man card. Here you can see from the Wizard of Oz decks, the trees, which are heavily anchored with a really complex root system, they're apple trees, and they're just mean-ass trees. They're just like throw apples at people because they want people to stay away, right? What's the best thing that Tauruses will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I heard self-protection, even though this is in reverse. Right? Now, this 8 times out of 10, the court cards are people for me. Okay, so I don't know if you have someone around you who's kind of a gaslighter, maybe a verbal or physical abuser. Okay, I heard don't listen to them. Because look at this. The 10 of Cans. Are you kidding me? I love it. Now remember, the Tin Man, all he wanted was a heart, right? Because he likened or connected the heart to happiness, you know? And remember, he was so sad, he would cry and then rust himself so that he would be stuck, right? Sometimes when we're sad, it can keep us stuck in a place. But look at this. You open your heart, you open yourself, you know, it seems like you're self-protecting or you are protected, like I said. not even seeing the next card being about to be pulled from the deck. But see how the 10 of Cans makes a heart? Now, 9s are endings, 10s are completions, okay? You're on the cusp of a brand new emotional cycle because the Ace of Cups comes after the 10 of Cups, right? But this is it could be a family reunion, a wedding, right? Just simple joy and happiness, a reunion. And look at this, you have the 9 of Brooms. Now remember I talked about self-protection, right? The 9 of Wands is someone who is waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like you're waiting for information. Is it the Wounded Warrior? I've never gotten that vibe from the card, okay? So to me, this is about boundaries, you know, about self-protection, about segregation, not historical segregation, but just isolating yourself, but still being able to see people around you, still being able to monitor people around you. You can see that in this deck, it's saying Dorothy's like removing boundaries, right? She seeks the information. She doesn't wait for it to come in. The Knights, if they had a number, of course, is related to the Hangman card. The 10 of Cups is related to the Wheel. The 9 of Brooms is related to the Hermit card, right? Because the 9 of Brooms appears after I pulled the 10 of Cups, you might have to take a step backwards to finish something completely before moving forward. Okay? I mean, I heard a phrase, but it's something you should do anyway. Avoid the naysayers, right? I'm not getting any other messages from that. Okay, so let's clarify with the Find Your Magic Tarot. I want to clarify the Knight of Swords in reverse because that's the Liar's card, that's the Manipulator cards, that's the Abuser card, right? Please clarify the meaning of the Knight of Swords in reverse and what it means for Tauruses in the next 12 months and manifesting the next best thing. What is the Knight of Swords in reverse mean for Tauruses in this reading? What is the Knight of Swords in reverse mean for Tauruses in this reading? I heard one more time. Don't cut again. Look at that. The Knight of Swords. Here it is in the upright again. You are self-protecting or you are protected. You're walking through barriers, taking them down. You might be facing a fear in order to get your 10 of Cups or 10 of Cans. And we're clarifying the Knight of Swords in reverse. You have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. How lovely is that, right? A brand new money cycle. And Tauruses are all about money. Second house. I want it. How can I get it? How can I keep it? Right? It's both your benefit and challenge in this lifetime. Second house issues. And you can see this woman is holding up the coin and a child is reaching for it. I don't know if, what does this have to do with an air element person? Someone might be trying to, I mean, if you ever had an older sibling hold something over your head and so it was just out of reach, there may be someone who's trying to control your money. You're protected, but I don't know. And here's the person in the upright again. The Knight of Sword in reverse is clarified with the Ace of Pentacle in the upright. Now, does the Knight evolve into a king in the upright? I don't think so. I think this is a different person. Okay. A wise person, possibly older, possibly a veteran. Because see how this person is like a Scottish veteran who's lost their leg in battle? You might be teaching or learning about money and happiness and breaking down barriers to manifest what you want, the next best thing, in the next 12 months. You will have someone who's a guide, and they're possibly a war veteran or former soldier. I mean, they could literally have a peg leg. Okay? The point is how you're going to manifest it. You're going to manifest it by listening to people who have manifested for themselves the exact thing that you've wanted before, that you want for yourself. Like if you want to be a trillionaire and you need a model, you know, you have Elon Musk. What did he do to build his business and build his money, right? So you need a model. And it might be someone who's air. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. Who's very airy, meaning eccentric, things outside the box, but it's still logical somehow. Now, if you ever watched Elon Musk in an interview, they can be long interviews because he'll be asked a question, but he'll actually think. For as long as it takes him to think of the answer, in order to give you the most logical one or the one that feels the truest for himself. How do I really feel about that? And he'll sit there for like 30 seconds, a minute, you know, to the point of like the interviewer may be uncomfortable with the silence, you know what I mean? This person may have the same quality. They care about what you think and what you want to know about. And someone who's interested in that or engages in that behavior truly cares about how you use the information, right? Whether to better yourself or not, right? Okay. We all know what this means. It's either a family reunion or a wedding or just joy and happiness, right? Or you're about to start a brand new emotional cycle. You are ending something, one action, and going into another action. This comes after the 8 of Brooms, or the 8 of Wands. She's ending something to go on to the 10 of Wands, which is a welcome burden in the upright. Then after the 10 of Wands, there's Ace energy again, right? So you're on the cusp of, it looks like, changing a bunch of stuff in your life. Am I telling you to do that? No. I'm just telling you what the cards are telling me. It's almost like that advice that they give, that the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? This could be that if you were thinking about changing industries, maybe you should, because maybe this is just a hamster's wheel. Okay? But I don't know your life. If you wanted more private reading, get it from me or someone else. Okay? Okay. I think we're okay. I want to know what you're breaking through with. Okay? So I'm going to clarify with the Work Your Magic Tarot. What is this 9 of Brooms card in the upright mean for Tauruses and the theme of this reading? What is the Nine of Brooms in the upright mean for Tauruses? Under the theme of this reading, what does the Nine of Brooms in the upright mean for Tauruses in manifesting the next best thing for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I'm going to tell you what I see. I don't understand it, but whatever. So I saw an image of a lizard in front of me, kind of like floating. It's almost like a thought bubble that pops up, right? So I see kind of like mini videos or mini movies. I see images, I see colors. Things are drawn on my stomach upside down. Yeah. I'll get messages in different ways. I thought I saw what appeared to be a gecko, but then I heard the word chameleon. And I was shuffling for this card, the Nine of Brooms. Now remember, she's just... It looks like she's just escaped the witch's castle, or she's trying to find a way through the witch's castle, right? On her way to Oz. After this, I think she falls asleep in a poppy field or something. Anyway, it's dark, right? So she's trying to break through. So the message and information that you're waiting for may come out of the blue. And it may cause you to end something so that you can start something new. Hey, that rhymes. Okay. Cut again. Yep. So what does this Nine of Brooms mean, right? I'm clarifying it with the Knight of Wands in reverse. I heard the naysayers thing again. Here it is in the upright. And it's interesting because she's using fire, using the resources she has around her, right, to light her way out of a dark place. And here you had in reverse, but the Knight of Wands is working and controlling the fire. This feels more chaotic for me. It might be a chaotic ending, and you could end it. Okay? I feel that more. It's not like you're responding to energy. It's like you're creating it. And this person is more controlled. However, this person came in reverse. This isn't you. Okay, so what does this mean? It means somebody around you doesn't want you to find your way, possibly. And it could be like either for good or bad reasons. They could be jealous that they don't want you to get ahead, or someone who loves you who can't go with you on your journey, but yet doesn't want to be left behind and may be holding you back, right? But they can't control your fire. And the way they're doing it is possibly covert or underhanded. Again, it could be with like good intentions, but their good intentions, meaning it's not meant for evil, could be self-serving, okay? So you may be ending a friendship or relationship, or I heard community with a Knight of Wands energy. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Change is coming. I can't see the detail on this. Change is coming. See how this person is working with fire, right? Then you have like this frozen motorcycle guy. I don't know if you've driven or ridden on a motorcycle, but if you're in certain weather conditions, even though it might be warm out, it could be freezing on the bike, right? I mean, it might freeze you solid. I remember feeling very, very cold on a bike sometimes, right? Change may come in the form of movement, actual movement, or travel to a big city from the country. You might be scaling down. by moving from a big house or castle to something more, I heard, quaint. Remember her community, right? Remember, you're being guided by someone who's very wise, who thinks about everything they say so that it's always the right thing. Not out of fear, but because they want to utilize their wisdom that they've experienced and filed away. And why do we even keep wisdom, right? Wisdom was always meant to be taught. We've been on for 15 minutes. We've only gone through 2 signs. I need to speed this up. So let's get the ultimate outcome. I always try to go longer with the beginning ones because, you know, I'm just like getting in the vibe, and they do tend to speed up. That's because I've like anchored in the energy, right, and connected with it. What's the ultimate outcome for Tauruses in manifesting the next best thing in their lives in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? What's the ultimate outcome of Tauruses manifesting the next best thing for themselves in the next 12 months? I saw the color yellow. So I always connect my intuits to the question or the words I'm saying out loud as I'm shuffling, because I get most of my intuits while I'm shuffling before I see the cards, right? But the yellow, to me, the color yellow is, it didn't fill up my entire sight, which means it's not like necessarily being directed towards you, but I kind of saw it out here. The color yellow is deception to me. So what is the ultimate outcome? Now remember, we unboxed this Infinite Door Tarot today, and I'm using it as the, I switched from the Phantomwise Tarot as the main advice or ultimate outcome, right? And here you have the Lovers. The ultimate outcome is that when you make this change, which possibly entails a move, you might join up with someone. You might meet a soulmate. They may be quite different from you, but opposites attract, and you will find balance with them, and you'll find healing, right? The ultimate outcome. And then you have a High Priestess. But see how there's a Lover's theme again? And see how, see the star person, and then the snake person, right? And that's the tree of life. How different is that? But see how the tree is the High Priestess, it's the tree of knowledge. There's definitely an Adams and Eve theme here. So the ultimate outcome is that could be a combination of things. The recognition of wisdom is knowing the true difference between good and evil and balance, right? It might be a secret relationship. And it might even be this person, I want to say. So the ultimate outcome is that you might find your soulmate when you make this change and make this move. Okay? That's interesting. Okay, so we'll be using the Phantomwise Tarot as clarifiers of the clarifiers. Thank you for being here. We have 3 people now. Thank you. I'm sorry it started so late today. I apologize. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Now we're going to read for Geminis. And I'll try to speed this up, guys. I was just finding my vibe. Okay. Okay, Geminis. What's the next best thing Geminis are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using the Lionsgate energy? What is the next best thing Geminis, I heard, become unstuck? Geminis will be manifesting for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy. What are Geminis going to be manifesting for themselves in the next 12 months? The next best thing they're going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy. I heard duplication is real. I don't know what to tell you. I get the messages. It comes in here. It comes out here. I don't know what it means. Duplication is real. This message, like with all the other signs, is for every Gemini, not just one of you out there. Okay? Using the Wizard of Oz deck, you have the Two of Spears in reverse. Now remember, this is either the prelude to the tornado and her teleportation to the land of Oz, or this is in her dream because she's been injured by a tornado event, right? But remember, this is the mean school teacher or school marm that just didn't like her dog Toto and thought it should be banished, right? So she tries to steal Toto. And you can see the tornado behind her. You had it in reverse, right? So the theme of the question is, what is the next best thing you're going to manifest, Geminis, for yourself in the next 12 months? It's not going to be because of a decision. You know? The whole point is that this Karen, really, I mean, she's a Karen in the film. She's a busybody who just wants everything around her to be her way, her domain. She views her life and herself as entitled. You know, I think it's a form of mental illness, quite frankly. You know, someone who feels out of control will always demand control and be controlling, right? Or they're kind of trying to control the environment so they feel safe. Right? That's what bullies do. Okay, and she's a bully. Two of Spears in reverse usually means, because we're going to have to clarify, a decision has to be made, but you don't have all the information you need to make it. And here you have the Page of Cans, which is the wizard themselves. You had it in reverse. Now, here's the wizard. He's a leader, right? Maybe this leader is an inconfident. I mean, he hides behind a big green curtain and he puffs out his chest and has this big monstrous kind of animatron, you know, that's acting like himself. It's like his face, right? You may know a water sign may be important to your manifestation in the next 12 months. What is the next best thing you're going to manifest in the next 12 months for yourself? The decision card is in reverse. The water sign card is in reverse. Now, a Page of Cups is someone your age or younger than you, okay? Normally. Could the roles be reversed? Sure. But this is someone who's viewed as a leader, but rules through fear, okay? The Page of Cups in reverse is a stalker card for me, okay? Someone who manipulates and feels entitled. And the next thing you have is Judgment. See, this is the card I was hoping would come out. Look at that. So, remember towards the end of The Wizard of Oz, the wizard says, you've always had these things inside you. I don't need to give them to you. And there's kind of like a look of disappointment on her. Like, okay, I thought you were like the wizard, and we came all this way and went through all this shit to like get it from you, and you're saying we had it all along. And then Glenda shows up, right? Glenda the Good Witch. She's right there. And she validates what the wizard says. You have Judgment in the Upright, which is the second chance card. Now, are you giving a second chance to a water sign who can't decide and who feels entitled to you? Or vice versa? I don't think so. But we're going to clarify anyway. But this is like ascendance too. This is acceptance to a higher form of thinking and living. This is ascendance to heaven, right? Interesting. Okay, let's clarify. I want to know what this, decision thing is, right? For Geminis. Oh, thank you for all the likes, you guys. What does this Two of Swords in reverse mean for Geminis in regards to this question? What is the Two of Swords in reverse mean for Geminis in regards to this question? What is the Two of Swords in reverse mean for Geminis in regards to this question? What does Two of Swords in reverse mean for Geminis in regards to this question? I heard I hate him. I hate him. So this feels definitely like an exterior energy to yourself when meeting another person, right? Someone who you feel tries to control you and your decisions. So we're clarifying, what does this mean? And here you have, I wish they made the numbers. Here you have the Nine of Wands. 9. This is anything. She's packing. So how are you going to manifest? What are you going to manifest? The best thing you're going to manifest in the next 12 months is that you're going to leave a toxic situation or a person, and you're going to be given a second chance at life. This person may be cheating on you. Okay. So if you want a reading just for you, even though this reading applies to you as a generalized energy, either get a private reading from me or someone else that you trust. Okay. The important thing is, I think you already have the information inside you. You know. You have all the information. The other shoe drops. You've been wounded, and now it's time to fish or cut bait. Because it feels like it's not going to apply to everybody in the same way that I'm going to say it. Just different gradations, okay? It's almost like if you don't do it now, this second chance will fly away from you. You might be stuck in either La La Land or in a black and white, dingy life. I feel like this person, if it's a love relationship or a situationship, or a burgeoning love relationship, or even it could even be a work relationship, okay? You've had it. You've thought about leaving before. You keep relying on this person to change and behave in the way that you feel that they should and not be so entitled. And they're not going to change. And I feel like they've cheated on you. You know, if it's man or woman, I feel like they've cheated on you. So cheating is not just sleeping with other people. It's cheating you out of a life you could have with someone who is more loyal. A second chance, right? Okay, so I'm going to clarify the Judgment card. Just clarify the Judgment card and the upright mean for Geminis. And if it's not a love relationship, it's someone who is a leader who's cheated you somehow. At least according to the cards, okay? What's this Judgment card in the upright mean for Geminis in regards to this reading? Knight of Wands in the upright. You control, see in this Knight of Wands, he controls fire, which is an almost, hi Tamisha, you're back. Welcome back, babe. Are you in Aquarius? I'm sorry I'm taking so long getting there. I know I'm only on Gemini. But thank you for being here, Tamisha. I appreciate you. Mwah. It's so good to see you. Judgment card. This person controls fire. I mean, I'm not a firefighter, but apparently there is like an obvious science to it. It's almost like that film with De Niro where you can actually predict fire based on the structure it is in. It will always travel up walls, right? They say that you should put your smoke detector in the middle of your room because the smoke will hit that smoke detector before the fire climbs up the walls, right? Thus alerting you ahead of the fire, more ahead of the fires again. But there's a way of controlling fire, right? Because it almost moves in a predictable manner, or it can, right? There's a science to it anyway. It just depends on what's in the environment. I heard the less combustible, the better. So, I don't know. It seems like you're leaving a situation. She's packing, okay? It seems like you're leaving a situation. Michelle, my belle. Michelle Mouche. I am here. Good to see you. Thank you for your time today. It's so good to see you again. Thank you for being here. So Tamisha was on last week. I think she's new. I'm not sure. Anyway, she made herself known for the first time, I think, last week in the chat. So Michelle, please welcome her. She's now a regular, I guess. Thank you. This person's packing. So you're ending something. 9s are endings, 10s are completions. Judgment is a second chance at life. You have everything inside you need to go forward. Almost like in a magician's energy. You know what I mean? I love it. Okay. I think we're good. But there's a water sign, your age or younger, or someone who displays that. They rule through fear. Okay? That's how you know who they are. I'm just saying. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys spending a little bit of time with me on Saturday. So let's get the ultimate outcome. And this ultimate outcome assumes that if you do these things, okay? We're not telling you, but the cards are telling me that you may do this. So, and it's the next best thing that you're going to manifest because you're going to make it happen. Whatever it is, right? Whatever you're ending, whatever you're giving yourself, however you're giving a second chance to yourself with, right? so yeah, ultimate outcome. What is the ultimate outcome for Geminis in terms of this reading? What is the ultimate outcome for Geminis? And your two cats. Oh, I was just looking at my little baby. Monkey. Monkey baby. I love you. Oh. He's getting so big now. I'm so happy to see you both. Thank you for being here. What's the ultimate outcome for Geminis in regards to this reading? I heard I don't want to. So this, if you pack up in a metaphorical sense, right? At least. It's not something you want to do. Maybe it's comfortable, and maybe it's all that you've ever known, or all you've ever trained for. I'm not telling you to leave. I'm telling you the cards are telling me that you're going to leave. So I'm telling you what the cards are telling me, right? I'm interpreting the cards. The ultimate outcome? Ooh, Five of Swords in reverse. Not the best card to have in the ultimate outcome. It's better to have it in the upright. See the pomegranate? Now, remember the High Priestess card in the Rider-Waite? You have that curtain which has pomegranates on it. It has, you know, this is a fruit that has all these little baby fruits inside, all these seeds, right? So it almost feels like an ever-giving kind of thing, right? In the upright, traditionally, in the Rider-Waite, the Five of Swords is you win over two others. In reverse, not so much, right? But the ultimate outcome is, do you really want to be around two people who compete with you to try to take all your swords, all your knowledge? So this stalker, cheater, whatever it is, water sign, they might be a heavy gaslighter. And the second card you have is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is telling me, yeah, it's a sacrifice. You're going to make a sacrifice, but remember, this is the primary. These cards don't cancel these out. This is, you know, the goal. Second chance at life. Ascension to higher vibe, right? The Four of Pentacles is, it might take a little bit of expensive money to do what you need to do. You might have to invest in yourself in order to get to your fourth house of stability and security. But see how this person, this is the Miser's card. This person keeps everything inside and they protect themselves and money, right? But maybe this person was controlling your money, you know? So there's an outlay of money. There's going to be sacrifice. But it leads to balance, ultimately. Do you have 2 or 3 twos? No. Thank goodness. Look at his balance. He almost looks like Jesus. Like that Brazilian, like in Brazil, over Buenos Aires. And look at the big waves. It's like he's parting the sea, right? He's creating balance for themselves. Now, the Four of Pentacles may lead to the Two of Pentacles, so maybe it's not, maybe it's just a small expense, right? It's not like you had 4 and you're spending 10, or it leads to 10 in reverse, right? It's just like half. Anyway, the important thing is that it's balanced. Nothing can touch you. It seems like you're protected, like from on high. It is the Judgment card, right? I love it. I think it's dynamite. Okay. Now we're going to read for Cancer signs. Thank you for being here, you guys. Let's see if I can. There we go. What's is the next best thing Cancer signs are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months? Using Lionsgate energy. What is the next best thing Cancer signs are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? Remember in that last reading, one of the first things I heard, I think it was Gemini's, I hate him. Okay? So, I just need to re-point that out. Cancer signs, you have Temperance. Now, this is the Wizard of Oz deck. This is a person who brings balance to her life, gets rid of obstacles because she throws water on the witch and she melts, right? She destroys evil. Because there is a big theme of good and evil in the Wizard of Oz, right? The good always win, that kind of theme, right? Temperance, it's about balance, it's about protection, it's about being protected. And so I feel like you have a guardian energy, guardian angel energy around you, according to the cards. Now, guardian angel is not the same as a spirit guide, right? And regular ghosts will, meaning they're not guides, they're not, you could have like an ancestor or a relative that's protecting you, but they're a ghost, right? They're always watching you. The next card you have is the Five of Brooms in reverse. Now, of course, this is the Five of Wands. In the upright, see the trees that throw the apples because they're just mean trees in the Wizard of Oz, right? And they're always kind of picking on the Tin Man. The trees throw things because they're anchored in place, right? They don't have the freedom of movement to, their only weapons is the fruit, right? But here you see the brooms. And it's like they're stuck with no action. In reverse, the way you got it is that the competition is over. There is no need to self-protect because you have protection, I think. Because, I mean, how would she know that water was going to make the witch be destroyed? She didn't. And look at this. Oh my God. The Sword of Destiny, Karma. So the Ace of Sword is high wisdom. It's definitive change. It's logical change, right? You go from the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Swords. That is assumptive in Tarot, right? We just expect things, the journey to be linear and progress the way it should, right? In a way it does, right? One act begets another, and has a domino effect or a ripple, right? But here on this sword, you have like, it almost looks like a sword you would see, like the type of swords I would see in museums in Istanbul when I would go there. And it looks like there's like a Japanese star thing here and a banner. And you can see it's the lion's holding the sword ahead of himself. Again, in like protection, because remember, he's looking for courage in the Wizard of Oz, right? He feels like he's big scaredy cat, but he's not. He's been courageous all along. He just needed to be able to recognize it. And it wasn't until the wizard and Glenda the Good Witch said, well, you did this and you did that. I mean, that's when I was full of courage. And goes, yeah, I guess I am courageous, right? And I've always had it with me, so I don't need to want it anymore. But this is a very karmic card. You are beginning how are you going to manifest the next best thing in your life in the next 12 months? is to make that big change. And it starts a new karmic cycle for you. Now, what does karmic mean? Karmic, I don't like the way a lot of readers use it here on the internets and YouTube. You know, it's not karmic. No, karmic means that you were meant to have this experience in this lifetime because it leads to a lesson, or it leads to you doling out a lesson, right? Teaching a lesson. Okay, I've talked enough about the cards. Let me clarify. So Temperance, you're protected. I feel pretty confident in that. I want to know what this means, right? And this is like no competition, or you're laying down your brooms, and this is a very mental card. It's a spiritual card as well, right? What does the Ace of Spears in the upright mean for Cancer signs in the next 12 months and manifesting the next best thing and using Lionsgate energy? What is this Ace of Spears in the upright mean for Cancer signs in regards to this reading? What does this Ace of Swords mean for Cancer signs in regards to this reading? I heard a series of words. I couldn't make out the words, but it felt like very projected and thunderous, almost as if, and this, I was shuffling for this card, so it's important to highlight that, the fact that I got this message while shuffling to clarify this card. Remember that scene where they enter the big crystal palace or whatever, and they see that animatronic face that's really scary and speaks in this big thunderous voice? Someone may be trying to scare you or frighten you to convince you, you know, to not follow your dreams. Look at that. Work, apprenticing, learning something new, right? The Eight of Pentacles, the quintessential apprentice card. You've not, whatever it is, you need to learn more. Whether it's a change in vocation, right? Or you need to learn more. Say if you want to be a podcaster or a YouTuber, you need to learn more before you launch. Because this can be a big launch card too, right? So you need to learn more. You need to be logical, right? Or an air sign may be important, air sign female. And look at this, the Eight of Swords. Now the Eight of Swords in the Find Your Magic card, it's almost like she's in an earthquake. And she's... Oh, this is interesting. So the Eight of Swords, it's almost like an Escher type deal where the Eight of Swords, is that an 8 or a 9? It's an 8. She's like stuck on the ceiling, trapped, and she's scared, right? Fear. Now, 2 8s as a tarot cluster mean surprise developments, okay? Either good or bad. The Eight of Pentacles was in the upright. The Eight of Swords was in reverse. Eight of Swords is good in reverse. Okay? You're free of something. You create an opening. You release yourself into something. And you surrender to learning more. You surrender to... it's not about letting something happen or giving in or giving up, right? You've known what you needed to do to make this next best manifestation happen for some time. That's the message I'm getting. Maybe you had people around you just like trying to, you know, put a bug in your ear, right? Or 5. It's a group of people, right? they're toxic. They need to be destroyed. Apparently, you know, the way to kill or maim a person who's all logical is introduce emotion, like this big, you know, pail of water, right? Your next best change is to change your karma. This is a new beginning in something. You are starting something new. It involves learning. It involves releasing something. It may be a surprise opportunity to start a new life, maybe because of a Queen of Swords in the upright, a woman, air sign, sun or moon, most likely, who's logical, but also giving, you know? Okay. So I think we got the advice for Cancers. So let's do ultimate outcome. What's the ultimate outcome for Cancer signs in manifesting their next best thing in their life in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? What's the ultimate outcome for Cancer signs in manifesting the next best thing in their life using Lionsgate energy? Hey, I want to ask people here, do you think I should start a TikTok channel? As well, I mean, just to lead to more people being on the YouTube channel. Ultimate outcome, King of Swords in reverse. Now here, the Queen of Swords was in the upright. Okay? There's someone you're not matched up with. You're in different orientations. The ultimate outcome is, I think that you're not going to party up. You'll learn from somebody, but you won't partner with them. And look at this, Queen of Swords in reverse again. Now, if there's an air sign couple around you who's one of the naysayers, I feel like, because remember, she appears in, she's two-faced. She's in both, and I think she's in a relationship with someone who's, I don't know, Sword of Destiny, the Sword of Karma, is to get the courage to change your life, to make a new beginning. I wouldn't rely on anybody around you. Even if they appear to be in the upright, they're not. Is the message I'm getting? I don't know. Again, ultimate outcome, the Emperor. This change or new beginning that you make, despite everybody, puts you in a position where you control or are the emperor of everything that you see. It will put you in a position of control. And I don't mean leadership necessarily, just control of your life. I want to show you this again because it has a ram sitting in a kind of like an ice throne. This is the Emperor card in the Infinite Door Tarot. Okay, interesting. Remember, there's somebody two-faced around you, and if they're a married couple, which most likely they are, or a long-time couple, they're working together. I don't know. It's like they feel like they're humoring. They feel above you, and they're just like, oh, how cute. She's like starting a new life. You know what I mean? I don't think they think highly of you, but again, this is a reading for all Cancer signs. Okay, so yes, it applies to all Cancer signs. You're going to have some level of these main themes. Okay, all of you, not just one of you out there. Okay, so now we're going to read for Leos. We're getting closer and closer to Aquarius, Tamisha. I'm trying to get there fast. What's the next best thing Leos are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? What is the next best thing Leos are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? Michelle Mouche, my 18-year-old just taught me that when I advertise, if I want to reach a different age group, that I had to do Instagram and TikTok. I give horse lessons to kids. Oh, how wonderful. And teenagers learning how to ride. Wouldn't hurt to try it. Okay, maybe I will. I just, I never have any time, so Saturdays is the only day I can do this stuff. So, I mean, when the channel was carrying me and got me all through Europe the first 2 years that I had it, now I'm lucky if I make $1 off each video, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it allowed me to live in Europe for some time. I'd like to take it. It'd be nice to have another income stream, but, I would like to, I think my readings are like honest, so, and as well as accurate. So anyway, just having to do an extra set of things in my busy life is hard for me. But I may do it. I'll try to figure out how to do it. But thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you. No, because it involves editing, which takes time. So with every 15 minutes that I film, it takes about an hour to edit. So yeah. Thank you though. What's the next best thing Leos are going to manifest in their lives in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I like reading to more mature people because they know not to use tarot as their only source of information in important life decisions. You know what I mean? So I'm just afraid of unduly influencing younger ones, Because it's almost like saying, listen to what I say, but don't listen to what I say. You know what I mean? So Leos, what's the next best thing you're going to manifest in your life in the next 12 months based on Lionsgate energy? Look at that. A reward of some kind. Remember, so in The Wizard of Oz, when he's revealing, the Wiz is revealing, because yes, I like the Diana Ross version. I saw it like 20 times in the theater when I was a kid. Anyway, that's how far I go back. They're rewarded with like representations of the thing they were desiring. The Tin Man, for instance, was given a heart-shaped like awards pin, and Dorothy, was given knowledge to click her heels. But the most extravagant gift, the Scarecrow was given a diploma or something like that. He got a robe, he got a crown, And you could see it like changed him. He like held his head up higher in the film. Right? You might gain a person like this, or you might get a reward. We'll pull more cards. Ace of Broom in reverse. Now this is the Ace of Wand in reverse. See how the Scarecrow is holding this Ace of Wands. Now, remember, all he wanted was a brain, right? I want to say it's to not act impulsively. So not only is this reading supposed to tell you what the next great thing you're going to manifest, it's actually giving us advice on how to do it, right? It appears to me. Standing in your own proud 5th house energy, okay? Even a little bit arrogance, you know, being more confident, feeling that confidence will lead you to you're on the cusp of a brand new beginning, one that's creative. What you might even invent something, perhaps, okay, when this turns upright again, but you're on the cusp of a brand new beginning in life. So that may be the next best thing that you are creating for yourself in the next 12 months. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Queen of Pentacles in the upright, this is Glenda the Good Witch, right? Glenna. Now, in the upright, she's full of self-love. In reverse, this is a person who's not confident. So you can see there's a theme here. You know what I mean? I almost want to say, now I'm not telling you to get plastic surgery, okay? But there's some kind of outward appearance change, like a change in style that makes you look more elegant or look like old money or something, right? Like you deserve, okay? Because you are. But there's like a teetering, okay? You may prevent this new beginning from coming in, which is a new karmic cycle of actions and invention and creativity, if you self-doubt. But it appears in reverse, this is a vanity card. This is an overconfidence card, right? There's something that you're going to appear overconfident in when really you feel inconfident. It's almost like a fake it till you make it energy, but I'm not telling you to do that, and that doesn't seem to be the advice of the cards. It's like you have a reason to be proud. But it could lead to vanity, like entitlement, right? Let's clarify the Ace of Brooms, because I'm very curious about that. What's this Ace of Brooms in reverse mean for Leos in the next 12 months? What is this Ace of Broom mean for Leos in the next 12 months? What's this Ace of Brooms in reverse mean for Leos in the next 12 months? Page of Wands in reverse. We're clarifying. What does this mean? Is this a new beginning? It's something you're definitely going to have to create for yourself, because there'll be no invitation. Your confidence may take a dip, but you need to ignore that to turn this into the upright, because the Page of Wands in reverse can mean bad news. But it's almost like it's almost the same as, I forget what other sign, someone speaking in your ear. So this reminds me of Paris, actually. In the upright, you see fireworks, and you see those stairs at the Montmartre, right? Page of Wands in reverse. No one's going to create the opportunity for you. And this does feel like an opportunity to shine. You might be given the ability or reward of possibly money, because I kept hearing, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to spare you guys that. But it's that, it's in that film Can, where they're singing that song, money, money, money. Something's money in a material world, right? Money, money, money. That song. And I feel like you're in danger of loss if you sit on your laurels. What is the next best thing you're going to manifest for yourself? It's money. It could be inheritance. It could be very well handed to you. But I feel like a really wasteful energy. You have all this, but then it leads to this. You know what I mean? So I'm going to clarify, what does this Queen of Bricks in reverse mean? I mean, this very well could be a Virgo or an Earth sign, like trying to pull you down, right? What's this Queen of Bricks mean in reverse for Leos in the next 12 months? What's this Queen of Bricks in reverse mean for Leos in regards to this question, the next 12 months? What's this Queen of Bricks mean for Leos in regards to this reading in the next 12 months? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. This is a person around you that you need to get rid of. Like for reals. Okay? This is a naysayer who's going to try to bring you down in confidence, try to maybe take your reward, stunt your new beginning. You need to leave them behind. Pack up. Knight of Wands. Draw a boundary, right? And then the next card I pulled was the Four of Swords, but in reverse. But I want you to look at it. I think it's a Virgo. I think this person's a Virgo. Because sometimes the Virgo, the Hermit card, is presented in modern texts as someone in a bathtub. That's why I'm saying it like that. So this is enforced rest. You got in reverse. Taking action. Packing up. Making an ending. Eight of Cups, another ending card, right? You're leaving your emotions behind and you're going back up to the mountain. Right? Okay. So since we know the advice, that's true. I didn't look at it that way. What's the ultimate outcome for Leos in regards to this question, next 12 months? What is the ultimate outcome for Leos in regards to this question for the next 12 months? What is the ultimate outcome of the next 12 months for Leo? Money, money, money. Something, something. Money in a rich man's world. That's the lyrics. It's Liza Minnelli. Look at this. Ultimate outcome. You change a whole new cycle. This Ace of Brooms does flip to the upright. Look at that. It's hard to tell. So it's almost like an atlas on a globe. And then there's like two people above them. And then you have the elementals coming in. Right? You change a cycle. Why is that important? When you change a cycle and you get all new everything and more than one area in your life changes, that's how you recognize it. You're like, it's definitive, like you know. It's because either you've learned a karmic lesson or you've taught one and now you're on your next leg of your journey, right? I love that, man. Okay. Virgo. Boom. As you guys know, I'm a double Virgo, double Pisces. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you. And all the likes too. Thank you. What's the next best thing Virgos are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months? I heard money. Next 12 months using the Lion's Gate energy. And I heard and prayer and prayer. So manifestation energy and prayer. I heard rosary. Oh, I just realized I took a shower earlier today and I didn't wear my rosary. I didn't put my rosary back on. Oh. So this rosary, I wear as a bracelet, but I always have a rosary on. What are Virgos going to manifest for them? The next best thing Virgos are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months. I heard leaving the world behind. Sounds spooky. I don't know what that means. What is the next best thing Virgos are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months? I heard again, leaving the world behind. Using Lion's Gate energy. I'm hearing the song Money, Money, Money still yet in my head. Ugh. Queen of Brooms in reverse. Now remember, Virgo showed up in the Leo reading. So I don't know if the Queen of Brooms is a Leo. Okay. Most likely the first person you thought of. They're in the reverse. Here, again, the Karen, right? Going through, telling people what to do with their dogs and all that, right? I don't feel like they're dishonest. I feel like they have expectations of everyone around them. I can't, it doesn't feel neutral. It feels more bad than good. But this is someone who's not your friend. In the upright, the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Brooms is a best friend. Always looking out for you, always had your back, wingman, wingwoman, whatever it is. This person is not your wingman. The Sun is in reverse. You probably work with this person. Now, the Sun card is the happiest card in the deck for a reason. Whether in the upright or in reverse, it's mostly displayed or presented in all decks, including my 300, as a neutrality or a blockage in reverse, right? Here, she's clicking her heels together, right? Because she could always go home, right? Remember, leaving the world behind, right? I don't know if you're leaving your hometown or whatever it is. It's almost she has a choice about whether she wants to stay or go, right? But the Sun card for me is a career card. Now, the ruby slippers are important. It's almost like the vehicle for teleportation. What's the next best thing you're going to manifest? Remember, I kept hearing the song Money, Money, Money. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I hate these fucking readings sometimes, man. This is someone who's afraid of being alone. Maybe that's why I heard leaving the world behind. In the upright, she has all the resources she needs, but thank God I just balanced this out. Here she's starting to feel faint in the fields of poppy, right? So this is someone who's not cognizant of the nature of her surroundings, right? In the reverse, there's a fear of being alone, but there's also a protection in a way too. Like you're not going to fall for something. The next best thing that you're going to manifest for yourselves is a career win of some kind. And by win, I mean it's competitive. Someone tries to create a storyline in career around you, but you're not going to fall for it. You're completely aware. So the next best thing you're going to manifest for yourself in the next 12 months is that you're going to be able to self-protect in a way that preserves your reputation. Why can't it just be money? I don't understand. Anyway. So I'm going to clarify the Sun. What's the Sun card in reverse mean for Virgos in regards to this reading? What's the Sun card mean in this reading for Virgos? What's the Sun card in reverse mean for Virgos in regards to this reading? My hair is getting so long, guys. I can practically sit on my hair now. Remember about 5 years ago? I don't think Michelle Muche was around then. I got really sick because of the, my hair started falling out. And just because of stress, too, at that time. So I'm clarifying, what's the Sun mean? And the King of Cups is in reverse. Here he is in the upright. The King of Cups is unemotional or can't control their emotions. Justice card in reverse, it will be unfair. It will be a water sign in conjunction with a fire sign. Ten of Swords, your past betrayal, or you know about the betrayal, right? And I heard you beat them at the pass. I hate this shit, but you know what? That's a challenge that Virgos have. Virgos are constantly protecting themselves against others' unfounded jealousy. And we see it as unfounded and unfair. I mean, this could lead to a separation because the Justice card is in reverse, is a separation or divorce in the next 12 months. It involves a fire sign, male or female, and a water sign. male or female. But you're aware. You avoid the betrayal because you know about the potential for betrayal. I'm going to clarify, what does the 9 of bricks in reverse mean? What does the 9 of bricks in reverse mean for Virgos in regards to this reading? What's this 9 of bricks in reverse mean for Virgos in regards to this reading? Four of Pentacles. Need to save for a rainy day. Wait before you speak or act at least 9 to 12 days. There's a lack of you're not changing for anybody. 9 of Wands, you create and control the fire. People think you don't know. They'll assume that you don't, that they're working behind the scenes like this, but you're like, yeah, I'm psychic, bitch. What are you going to do? Okay. So let's get the ultimate outcome. And then move on to Scorpio. We're getting closer to Misha. What's the ultimate outcome for Virgos in regards to this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Virgos in the next 12 months because of this reading? I heard you'll teach them a lesson. And then I heard, don't F with me, B. Yeah. Sounds like people are seeing your Irish side. Okay. Ultimate outcome. Ooh. Leaving the world behind. Right? The Fool. Now, the story behind the Fool card has to do with almost like a variation of Plato's cave. Okay? You're in the cave, you're in the dark, and when you come out of into the sunlight, you're kind of blinded. And you can't really see where you're going at first, right? This person almost looks like they avoid of making a false step. They kind of like, oh shit, there's a cliff. And you're just like, you know, trying to regain balance, right? And the dog's just sitting there going, what the? So you may have a companion or someone watching you that's loyal, right? But they're just watching. They're not helping. But you make a brand new beginning. It's not a new start. It's a brand new beginning. And look at this. Oh, shit. 2 of Cups. This is a soulmate card. This may even be a secret relationship. Doesn't have to be love. It could just be loyalty, right? This comes after the Ace of Cups. A brand new emotional beginning. Okay. There could be possible relocation. The 2 Cups comes after the Ace of Cups, but before the 3 Cups, right? You have an ally. And they may not be able to do anything, but they give you emotional support. But it may be in secret. Whatever's. Ooh. It's the number 15 card. Now remember, we don't say the name of this card because the name summons them. Because some of them name themselves that name. Okay? Yeah, somebody's working against you in secret. But you know about it. Could this be your shadow sign? I guess. But I mean, yeah, Virgos can be. So I'll tell you a representation of this. So I actually posted on my Instagram. So I bought a painting, right? I'll show you the painting, because I just got it. It took fucking forever to get it because she wouldn't. I bought it off eBay, and what you do on eBay, is, see, this is San Francisco. This is just like down this, like over the hill from me, practically down the street. So I bought this original, right? It was a good price. Anyway, automatically, you send it out, you share the tracking number. I've been using eBay since like the first year it came out, right? Everybody knows this. And I could see this person sold before, so I knew that they knew it, right? A couple days after I bought it, she still hadn't given me the tracking number, even though it said that it had shipped. And it was weird. So, hey, do you have the tracking number? Oh, no, I left the receipt in my boyfriend's car. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything, but whatever. I'm like, okay, can you find it and give me the tracking number? Because she sent it UPS, and UPS, where I am, I don't know why, but they leave things outside of the secured building. So what I do is, if I have the tracking number, I will arrange to pick it up somewhere else, right? So anyway, it took like 3 days or 4 days even to get my tracking number, because she wouldn't give it to you. But on the 4th day, I was sick of this shit, right? And she had changed the modus of shipping too. You know, I thought she was it said originally USPS, which is good because they can get into the building. But then she said, oh, I sent it UPS, but I don't have the tracking number. You know, I'm like, are you a scammer? And then on the 4th day of trying to get this stupid tracking number, just ask her once or twice a day, right, via eBay. I said, if you don't give me the tracking number today, I'm going to report you to eBay. And then she sends the tracking number. But I'm busy, so I couldn't go, you know, I arranged for it to be shipped to a local store, right, to change the route. And then she wrote me some ridiculous shit like, okay, now you have your precious tracking number. How come you're not picking it up? And she goes, you made a disaster. You made everything such a, I don't even know what she's talking about. You made everything such a disaster because you weren't in control or something like that. I'm like, I just wanted my tracking number, like, in my head. But all I wrote back was, and it's like meant to cut people off at the knees and go, you are obviously a mental patient. And that's all I wrote, right? People will learn not to mess with you, whatever this is, and you'll win because you have a secret ally and apparently emotional support, because the cops is all that you need. You create a new beginning. But you have a side of you that, I mean, you ascend beyond the darkness, right, into the light. Like from the cave into the light, right? Now, like Plato's cave, their perspective of their life was all the shadows of people passing by the opening of the cave behind them, playing on the walls, right? And when they come out and they find out it's the real world, you are perfectly cognizant of who are your allies and who aren't, and you'll just act accordingly. And again, I heard the money, money, money song, right? I should just put a link to that in my description afterward for Virgos. But, you know, it's about money and how it's used between the classes, right? If you have it, you use it this way. If you don't, you use it this way. Someone's going to try to change your world, but you're going to control that change. And you're going to outsmart them, basically. I don't know why we're manifesting that shit. Why can't we manifest a yacht or something? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to Scorpio. You have a Virgo moon, babe? Thank you. I thought it was... I mean, I don't know. I haven't hung it up yet. Because it's like tainted now. It's like, I don't know if I like it now. But yeah, it's a very cool charcoal drawing of something that's down here. Anyway, let's move on. Scorpio. What's the next best thing Scorpios will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months? Using Lionsgate energy. I thought I was getting a message coming in. What's the next best thing Scorpios are going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? Remember, Virgos, it's a message for Virgos. Whoever's screaming the loudest or talking loudest about how they're your friend, I feel like that person is not your friend. That's the betrayer. And they're working in concert with somebody, a water sign. I'm just saying. Maybe a Scorpio. Scorpios, look at this. Ace of Pentacles. You're starting a brand new karmic money cycle. So you are manifesting a brand new beginning in money. Ooh. And then it'll give you the ability to forecast your life and plan your life with the 7 of Cans in the upright. This is like having the ability to do whatever you want, basically. And the Hanged Man is in reverse. But here, they're in the upright. But remember, Uncle, whatever his name is, in The Wizard of Oz, this guy is like flying around in a tornado. But see how he's all zen? You know what I mean? It's almost like acceptance. Like, okay, I'm just going to take go where the wind takes me, right? But this is revelation, right? You are thinking clearly. I think you're manifesting money. I don't know how you're going to do it, though. I'm not getting that message. The aces are tied to the Magician, the quintessential manifestation card. The 7s are connected to the Chariot, the forward movement card, the relocation card, making plans, right? The Hanged Man is related to the Knights, the people who carry messages, who make the declarations of war or peace or truce, right? Or promises of truce. You can see the scarecrow in the back behind him. I never noticed that before. Now remember, the Hanged Man, this happens in modern day, yogis will hang from a branch for 9 days so that the blood rushes to their head so they think clearly because their brain is fully oxygenated, and then come off the branch and it's almost like a nirvana state, right? There's revelation. Or a Pisces or Sagittarius is involved. Okay, let's clarify. I like this reading. This is great. So let's clarify the 7 of Cups or Cans. What's the 7 of Cans in the upright mean for Scorpios in the next 12 months in regards to this reading? What's the 7 of Cans in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this reading? What is the 7 of Cans in the upright mean for Scorpios in the month of, in the next 12 months? Why would I say in the month of? So Pisces rules like March and April, right? So maybe that's a timeline. So we're clarifying, what does the Seven of Cans mean? The ability to make plans, right? And here you have the Emperor card in reverse. We're clarifying. The Emperor card in this deck is a man seated on a chair with a little kitty. Kitty, can. Oh, he has two kitties, like Michelle Muche. Michelle, my belle. In the upright, this person is the ruler of the domains, but with the cats around, maybe not, right? But remember, the ability to make plans is here. It may not involve travel or relocation, I want to say. Like, I don't feel tied to a piece of land or something. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. I don't know if this is your energy. What does this mean? Now, unlike other readers, if I can't figure something out because something's confusing to me, I'm going to tell you, I can't make heads or tails of this clarification. But I'm going to try. Here in the upright, you see this person's like a mommy, right? She's making the family dinner. She's extolling stories, probably about her ancestors, right? Because that's what these, us old women do. We feed and we teach, right? A Queen of Cups is not in control of her emotions. This person is oppressive, right? And here you see the witch trying to change Dorothy's world by putting a spell on the crystal, through the crystal ball, right? I think you're paranoid. You get money, you get paranoid, it leads to revelation. So let's clarify the Hangman card. I mean, it feels normal, but I wish I could get something less cloudy. Life of a Scorpio, yep. What is the Hanged Man in the reverse mean for Scorpios in the next 12 months in regards to this reading? What's this Hanged Man card? It's better than the Virgo reading, that's for sure. Like, another betrayal. What's this Hangman card in the reverse mean for Scorpios? I keep thinking of March, April, and I keep hearing the word May, like the month. That might be giving you a timeline of when these plans. Someone may try to prevent your plans. Possibly through spell work, but it's a brand new money cycle for you that's karmic, meaning it was meant to happen, and it's in the upright. It feels like a good thing. What's this Hangman in reverse mean for Scorpios? If you keep hearing the name May, or the word May. Okay, clarifying the Hangman in reverse. Page of Cups. Now the page is always a child or someone your age or younger. Okay. Here she looks like she's blowing bubbles. They look like they're trying to save fish, right? You might have an emotional invitation or good news. Yeah, I think there's some kind of delay. Or if you have a big decision or opportunity for more money or an inheritance, You wait 9 to 12 days to make a decision because the wheel is in reverse. There's a delay. There's good news and then there's delay, right? Kind of a bizarre reading. It's not real crisp and clean like my readings usually are. It's very cloudy. Okay. What is the advice? What is the advice for Scorpios in regards to this reading? What's the advice for Scorpios in regards to this reading? What's the advice for Scorpios in regards to this reading? I'm hearing money, money, money again. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. You bet it's money. Are you kidding me? This is the advice. I mean, I think literally keep an eye on your money. Remember, it's going to pay for you to be paranoid. Even from hackers, like from a distance, right? This makes me think of crypto too. I'm not telling you, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. And then you have the Queen of Cups in reverse again. You have 2 Queen of Cups. Now, when you have 2 queens as a tarot cluster, it means gossip, and they're both in reverse. Someone's going to be talking about your money and how you get it. And oh, look. We have, is this a 9? This is a 9 of Swords in reverse. Advice is, don't engage in negative thinking. Don't let the dark night of the soul take you on. And King of Pentacles, not a benefactor. So you get money, but not because someone is actually giving it to you. So I don't think it's, even though you have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is an inheritance card, I don't know. There might be like a caveat to it. Or like a condition. Like, yeah, you'll inherit just for a storyline. It's not the storyline I'm getting. But say, like Harry, Prince Harry, he wasn't allowed to benefit from a certain trust until he reached the age of 36 or something. And look at this. Nine of Cups. I was confused by the woman seated on the throne. Your wish comes true as far as money. It's good to be paranoid. People don't tell anybody because there'll be gossip around it. An earth sign male or female might try to keep it away from you. Now, do you have 2 10s or 2 9s? You do have 2 9s. So 2 9s mean documents, okay, as a tarot cluster. This is a big thing, though. An investment, for instance, you start a brand new money cycle, 1 brick could turn into 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So you might be growing your money, in other words, okay? I like this Infinite Door deck. It's pretty. And it's different, you know? Okay, that's Scorpio. Now we move on to Sagittarius. Boom. I want to look up, how do I do that here? Can't look it up here without losing my place here. Can someone do me a favor? Because I'm not able to do it without losing my place here. Can you Google the lyrics for Money, 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 the song? and then kind of cut and paste it here, if you don't mind. Because I'm interested in looking at the words. What's coming up for... You don't have to, but if somebody could, that would be amazing. Or at least the first two verses. What is the next best thing Sagittarius is going to manifest for themselves in the next 12 months? What's the next best thing Sagittarius will manifest for themselves? I heard relocation in the next 12 months using the energies of Lionsgate. Oh, don't cut. Okay. It might be in career because the sun is almost always career to me. See how the ruby slippers? Relocation, right? You might relocate for a job or because of a job, but you're manifesting it. So the manifestation implies some kind of control over your destiny, right? You want something, you're going to make it happen, right? And then you have the Four of Cans, which is the Four of Cups. There's a fear of rejection somehow. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Bricks, right? Here you see one of those elfin dudes. And they reach the end of the yellow brick road, right? Now remember, I heard relocation, right? And then you see the Seven of Bricks. You invested in something as long as you could. You can't glean anything else out of it. There's a fear of rejection or being regretful because in the future, because you stayed in something maybe you shouldn't. Perhaps. I'm not telling you that. I'm just using that as an example. Because the Four of Cups leads to the Five of Cups, right? And so after the Three of Cups. But the fact that the ruby slippers are here, right? You have a decision about, should I stay or should I go? Right? Should I relocate or should I not? So let's clarify the Sun card. Now, the Seven of Bricks is related to the Chariot card, relocation, cars, short distance travel, international travel. The fours are related to the Emperor. Now, since in reverse, it's related to the Emperor in reverse. You feel like you're not in control. What's the Sun card in reverse mean for Sagittarius? What's the Sun card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in regards to this reading? What is the Sun card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in regards to this reading? What's the Sun card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in regards to this reading? You're welcome, Michelle. Did it make sense? We're clarifying. What does the Sun card in reverse mean? You have the Seven of Cups. Now, you have two sevens, and as a tarot cluster, it means mutual love or benefits. All right? So perhaps this involves another person somehow. But Seven of Cups is being able to plan for the future. So this Sun card in reverse is not bad. It denotes a choice. Now, she could choose, Dorothy could choose, not to click her heels at all and stay in this wonderful fantasy land, right? And was it heaven, But this is Seven of Cups is about being in a position where you can plan the rest of your life. It's having options, right? This might be given to you via a air sign sun or moon person. And someone your age or older, so it could be a mother, female supervisor. This is a female. And they're in the upright, so they have good intentions. Hangman in the upright. I'm sorry, in reverse. But there's revelation, right? So you'll get your answer about whether it's a good decision or not. The fear of rejection card, I don't know what that is doing here. So let's clarify. What's this Four of Cans in reverse mean for Sagittarius? I heard in life and limb. So this will feel like a big deal to you, making this big decision, right? And it feels like relocation. What's this Four of Cans in reverse mean for Sagittarius? Crying over spilled milk, or don't cry over spilled milk. I couldn't decide which one I was hearing. Why would I think that? Oh, because remember when they first found him along the Yellow Brick Road? He was rusted in place, and because he had been crying, right? Fear of rejection. And the upright is like a hope or wish to be found or rescued. Oh, look at this. Packing. So it's a new deck to me, this Infinite Door. So this is the way the Nine of Wands is speaking to me in this deck. It gives me like, each deck has its own vocabulary. This is packing up, moving, or relocating, or leaving a situation for the purpose of self-protection. For the distance between you and someone else is the protection. Take it how it resonates, right? Fear of rejection. Maybe you leave because you can't figure out what people want from you or expect from you. Hermit. Look at that. She's in a car. Right? It's almost like she's living in her car. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying definitive relocation. She has a map beside her. But this is isolation. You remove yourself from a situation so you can become clear. And maybe that's why the Hangman is in the reverse, right? Interesting. You invest out, I have to clarify this card because, you know, it's like the end of the Yellow Brick Road. You did. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. What's the Seven of Bricks in the upright mean for Sagittarius? Remember, I heard of life and limb. Like, it'll feel like a life or death decision, even though it's not. It's kind of like, maybe you're set in ways, and so it's a really hard decision, but you know you have to make it. It's definitely stepping out of your comfort zone. What's the Seven of Bricks in the upright mean for Sagittarius in regards to this reading? Yeah, because if you stay, you're pretty sure it needs to unhappiness for the Ten of Cups in reverse. He's crying. He's done all he can do. Three of Pentacles in reverse. There's no teamwork. There's no promotion, right? It's a pentacle in reverse. Yeah, you know if you stay, it's going to affect like every area of your life. Your career, your money. It's like you know you'll be stuck, right? You know it will be the bad choice. I'm not telling you to relocate, okay? Tarot is just one layer. The cards are telling me that's the message for you today. All Sagittarius. Take it out, it resonates, right? It will resonate with every one of you, but it may be disguised instead of career, it's, you know, leaving your mom and pop, you know, stop working for your mother and father in a mom and pop situation and relocating, right? You know, just, you know, take it how it resonates. Don't twist it, but it'll be the same experience and the same choice, but it will be unique to your circumstance, but the experience will be the same. Okay? Now we're going to read who's next. Capricorn. And then Demechev, the Aquarius. Words to the song. I work all night, all day to pay the bills I have to pay. Wow. Okay. That's why I'm hearing it. What's the chorus? Money, money, money. Something, something. Something money in a rich man's world. Thank you for looking that up. I appreciate you. Because I'm only hearing the hook. But anyway, I'll post the lyrics after the reading. But thank you for doing that for us, Michelle. What is the next best thing that Capricorns will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? What is the next best thing Capricorns will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy? I appreciate you guys being here so much. Here you have the Nine of Cups in the upright. Now, this is a scene where they're getting ready to present themselves to the wizard. And they have to be presented, you know, presentable because they've been traveling on the Yellow Brick Road for a while. And she needs like a do-over, right? So, mani-pedi. But this is the quintessential wish card. A wish comes true. So you're manifesting a wish come true. And it feels luxurious, right? It feels meant to be. And then transformation. Timing is everything in this card, it looks like. With the hourglass, you may be running out of time like Sagittarius. And then you have the Nine of Spears, Dark Night of the Soul. So there'll be spear involved. Look how she feels like she's running out of time before she's going to, you know, before death, right? How crazy is that? Now, 2 nines is a tarot cluster, meaning documents, okay? So, I mean, that could be a contract, a prenup, a postnup, divorce papers, emails, let's see, I guess paper money, but it's more like documents. So, a Bill of Rights, a Constitution, a passport, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, it involves writing or documents. Unless we get the Magician card in reverse, then that's writer's block, right? And it still gives us a clue. Okay. Did I do an ultimate outcome for Sagittarius? I didn't. I'm just going to leave it alone. Maybe I wasn't meant to. Okay, I'm going to clarify the Death card. What is the Death card for Capricorns? I heard fish or bait. For Capricorns, in regards to this reading, what is the Death card in the upright mean for Capricorns in regards to this reading? What is the Death card in the upright mean for Capricorns in regards to this reading? Whatever it is, it might be a headache because I got a pseudo headache. So for people who are new here, sometimes I'll get like a pain in my head, like a headache, but it's related to the reading. And something might be a headache. So we're clarifying, what does this Death card mean? Transformation, it means, can mean starting over, okay? It means taking action before a change comes in that you can't control, right? As clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, Knight. Now you can see these kids, they're like jumping, you know, they train jumping. Knights carry messages of truce and declarations of war. They typically work for an emperor or a king, right? A message comes in, possibly leading to a transformation or a signal that you're running out of time on something. That's related to a wish come true. But there's fear involved. Do you do it? Do you sign the paper or the contract? Then you have Three of Cups, celebration. You'll make the right choice, apparently. Okay. What is the advice? This is also a reunion card, okay? And it's a little unusual that the Knight of Pentacles has two people in it, right? So I feel it involves another person or at least three people, right? Three people, right? But time is of the essence. Am I getting advice for ultimate outcome? Advice. What is the advice for Capricorns in regards to this reading? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this reading? Hi, monkey. Hi. Hi, Pee-Pee. I love you. What is the advice for Capricorns in regards to this reading? The headache went away, so the process will be, I heard the word laborious. Look at that. Second chance at life. Ascension. Acceptance. Possibly by a group. But timing is everything. A judgment card, it's a strong timing card. Okay? It involves like time locked or the creation of time. And then you have the Seven of Wands in reverse, standing up for your rights, standing up for yourself. So it involves at least two other people. Timing is of the essence. It can lead to a wish, but you need to act. You need to create that second chance at life for you. I love it. Now Aquarius, Tamisha, are you still here? I hope you're still here, babe. Oh, did she go? I'm sure she'll come back and watch. Thank you for all the likes, you guys. Aquarius. What's the next best thing Aquariuses will manifest for themselves in the next 12 months using the Lionsgate energy? Hi, monkey. What's the next best thing Aquariuses will manifest for themselves? And next, so I was standing in your energy and I was facing a man, and I got the sense that it's like someone I barely know, but I know him. But it's not like we're friends or acquaintances or work together exactly. They feel very exterior, but somebody I have to deal with. So I was standing in your energy. Literally, I was standing in a parking lot facing this person. And I was a woman, and this person is a man. And they were annoying the fuck out of me. And this person is, even though you don't have to live with them or be married to them or anything, they're an abuser. And they call you fat. Like that's what this person, when I was standing in your energy, it was like I was taking away from here and put in a situation. And I see you turning around and walking away. But someone is an enormous weirdo, really. Because who does that? Right? I don't know. And it's not like you're turning the other cheek, Aquarius. You're walking away from negativity. Like you just won't even give it any time. You won't give a look. Hi, monkey. Pee-pee, I love you. You won't give it a look. You won't give it a response. You just walk away. You show them your back. What are you manifesting for yourselves, Aquarius? What's the best thing you're manifesting for yourselves in the next 12 months? Knight of Bricks, Knight of Pentacles. Now this is, hi baby, hi monkey. This is when the wizard, after he's exposed, he, again, this person ruled through fear, but he wore a mask because he himself lacks confidence. But once he's exposed, he can be himself. He's authentic, right? And earthy, right? And he goes around and on this chariot card or whatever. You may see someone's true self, good, bad, right or wrong. The fact that I had that vision where, hi, monkey, you want to visit everybody? Oh, little baby. Little baby, yeah. You're so handsome. You're handsome. Good, bad, right or wrong, you see somebody's true colors. But considering the vision or experience I had, does that smell good? Okay. Experience I had, it makes me feel like it's negative, like you see somebody's true colors. Yeah, you won't stand for it. You'll just destroy them. Like the mental patient who sold me that picture. You're like, nope, you're a mental patient. I'm destroying you. Right? And by destroy, I don't mean kill, right? But you are self-protecting. You won't stand for nothing. And then you have the Eight of Spears. You are released. And the next best thing you're manifesting for yourself is to stand in your authenticity, Aquarius. That you'll show your back to anybody who betrays you. Because even though Aquariuses are rebellious and they'll tell you exactly, they have no filter, they'll tell you exactly what they think, right? But they're not rude about it. They're just, well, I mean, you said this, I said this, so I walked away. What were you expecting? You know what I mean? You're going to be reasonable. You're going to be fair. But you're going to be fair and be kinder to yourself. Maybe that's what you're manifesting. The ability to show your true self. In a way that either you accept it or you don't. If you don't, you know what I mean? Emotions killed the witch. She had no emotions. She had no compassion, right? What are you doing, kitty? Okay. I think Tamisha left. Well, I appreciate you guys. I can't expect anyone to stay here on a Saturday night. You're standing up for yourself, so I'm going to clarify that. Or a nurse sign shows you how you can, right? But the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, right? I don't know why that matters to express that out loud. What's the Seven of Spears in reverse? Or Eight of Spears, sorry. What is this Eight of Spears in reverse mean for Aquariuses in regards to this reading? What is this Seven of Spears in reverse mean for Aquarius in regards to this reading? Release, not being imprisoned, especially in 8th house matters, and the Hanged Man in the upright. You'll do a wait and see and say nothing. And you'll quietly build. You'll quietly train. You'll just focus on yourself. And you retreat, right? Four of Swords. You recover, retreat. I love it. I want to know about this, the Knight of Pentacles. Is this a person or a situation? What is this Knight of Bricks mean for Aquariuses in regards to this reading? What is this Knight of Bricks in the upright mean for Aquariuses in regards to this reading? What's this Knight of Bricks in the upright mean for Aquariuses in regards to this reading? Seven of Cups in reverse. There's a wake-up call. I feel like it's this situation. A wake-up call that not everybody's going to like you no matter what. So they're just not meant to be. Secrets come out or you reveal yourself, right? Even if it's your shadow side. And Page of Pentacles in reverse. I think... Here it is in the upright, sorry. I think it's exactly my original intuits. You show people what you're willing to put up with and what you aren't. Okay? So let's get the ultimate outcome. I love that. What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius? What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius in regards to this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius in regards to this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius in regards to this reading? I like how these cards riffle this new deck. Should I cut? Yes. Ultimate outcome for Aquarius in regards to Lionsgate. Ooh. Four of Wands in the upright. Try to... Five of Wands is competitive energy. It's a battle of wits, right? And here you have the Four of Cups in the upright. And see how the cups are filled with cactuses? You are sitting in your emotion, because see how his head matches the contents of the cups? And someone's offering you can see there's a arm holding this. Someone's offering you more cactuses, but you have everything you need. You have all your cups. You don't need everybody else's, emotions. Now you have 2 pages. Here's a page of Pentacles. There's news about money. Okay. And when you have 2 pages, I forgot what that was. Oh, trouble between friends. Yeah, someone is not your friend. And even if you don't know them, there's something messy about them. They, you don't need their acceptance, apparently. Even if your job or something depends on it, your place in the community. Monkey! No. Place in the community. You won't care. Because you're like, nope. Okay. Now I read for Pisces. Hey! It's a baby. Now. Where? Where? Sorry, my cat is having the zoomies. Okay. What's coming up for Pisces? What is Pisces manifesting? What is the best thing Pisces is manifesting in the next 12 months for themselves using Lionsgate energy? What is Pisces? What is the next best thing Pisces is going to be manifesting for themselves? I heard love. In the next 12 months using Lionsgate energy. I heard not a Gemini. Okay. Well, maybe Pisces is who appeared in Gemini's reading. Wasn't there a page there? Or King of Cups or something? Look at that. Big change. So it's not new cycle kind of change, but you finally feel like you're moving forward in a situation or making progress. This is also the good luck card, okay? But it is the Wizard of Oz deck, right? So this is more change than luck, okay? Because it's in the Tornado, Kansas part of the movie. And then you have the Knight of Spears in reverse. You might be dealing with someone your age or younger, possibly a Gemini, I'm just saying, who's illogical, irrational. Hey! And then the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. What's the best thing that you're manifesting for yourself? I want to say retirement. Okay. Here, the wizard is going away, right? In a balloon. It's in reverse. I heard you're staying, but you're going. There's a change. It may be sudden because the tornado is sudden and unexpected, right? It's not a tower. It's just a change in energy around you, the air compression, right? It may involve an air sign around your age because it's a night. And 10 of Pentacles in reverse, not great because it means a loss of money, okay, somehow. and it's like 10 of Pentacles money. Or it could be that if you retire early, that you're willing to take the cut in money in order to, you stay but you go, right? Or you go but you stay. Let's clarify that 10 of Pentacles because I want to know what that means exactly. It could also mean probate if it means inheritance. It's in reverse. So especially if we get the Justice card. Please clarify the meaning of the 10 of Bricks in reverse mean for Pisces. I don't know why you're manifesting this for yourself, but apparently you want it. So what's this 10 of Bricks in reverse mean for Pisces in regards to this reading? What does this 10 of Bricks in reverse mean for Pisces in regards to this reading? What's this 10 of Bricks in reverse mean for Pisces in regards to this reading? Oh, 7 likes. Thank you, guys. I love you. So what does this mean? Here it is in the upright again. I heard that part of the song, This Is the End. You hear it on TikTok a lot. Strength card, but in reverse. I heard it's a fight. Okay. Is it in reverse? It is. Here it is in the upright. Someone looks like they're tackling a cheetah. And here the cheetah looks like they're winning, right? Whatever it is, it's a loss that saps your strength. I heard you hold the key. And remember the High Priestess card? Right. High Priestess card signifies Pisces for me, as well as Taurus. But here, this is like, it's kind of like the Lover's card. Here's the Tree of Knowledge, right? The High Priestess holding a heart. So it reminds me of the Lover's card. Except it's... Was it in reverse? No, it was in the upright. I don't know if this was a secret relationship, but it causes a loss, possibly money. And it saps your strength. It costs you money. Definitely. So that's what, so that we're clarifying, what does this mean, right? It means a loss of money. Not all your money, just, you know, you go from a 10 to a 4, apparently. So what is this change, right? This sudden change. Ooh, this popped out. Yeah, 2 cards pop out. And I was about to shuffle for the wheel. You have the Sun card, which might indicate retirement, right? But it's positive because they're both in the upright. And you see, it almost reminds you of the Celebrations card, the Reunion card. And then you have the Hierophant in reverse. It could be a corporation or even a belief system or a change in religion that's sudden, or a change of belief that's sudden. So we'll clarify. Those were the pop-outs. Please clarify the meaning of the Wheel of Fortune in the upright for Pisces in regards to this reading. Hi, Joker. River 341. I'm doing just the Lionsgate today. But thank you, babe, for being here. I appreciate you. So I'm generally on every weekend, and then I do monthlies and annuals. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Right now we're on Pisces. What's this Wheel of Fortune in the upright mean for Pisces in regards to the topic of this reading? What is the Wheel of Fortune in the upright mean for Pisces in regards to this reading? So I never randomly cut. The cards have to like change in light temperature for me. Look at that. Whatever the change is, it's a welcome burden with the 10 of Wands in the upright. You have a destination or a goal in mind. It may be unconventional. And it may involve your career, because the Sun card for me is a career. And so a 3 of Swords in the upright, or sorry, in the reverse. Here it is in reverse. It's either confusion or it's healing. This feels healing for me because of the surrounding cards. It feels like you're getting rid of a Gemini. And it costs you money, or you may take a cut in order to retire early. Okay, well, you can get a reading from me or someone else. It's perfectly fine. But right now we're doing the Lionsgate. Yeah, it looks, whatever it is seems positive, but it feels like you're leaving someone behind or ending something with someone. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you what the cards are telling me what you're going to do, right? Okay. Interesting. What is the ultimate outcome for Pisces in regards to this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces in regards to this reading? What is the ultimate outcome for Pisces in regards to this reading? Joker 431, I just did the August reading last week. So if you scroll there, you might get your answers there. Because my, tarot readings are not just for one person, it's for every one in your sign. The ultimate outcome, King of Wands in reverse. I feel like, here it is in the upright. I feel like you have a goal in mind. It has to do with, I heard the word toll. It has to do with changing your life somehow, so you have more time. There's a fear of making a false step or a false move, right? With the Fool card in reverse. But here, it's a little precarious, right? Because they're not standing on a solid cliff. This person isn't even watching where they're going when they're walking on the tightrope, okay? That doesn't make sense. So, you're on the cusp of a brand new beginning in life, a brand new cycle. You're making a big change. You may make it suddenly, or there's an event that causes you to go, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and retire. You know what I mean? You're, at the end, you're about to cycle into a new karmic cycle of a new action or a period of creativity or invention. You might even be building a house. Okay? But whatever it is, it'll feel weird. It'll feel precarious. But really, it's not. Maybe if you stay, it'll be more precarious. And it has to do with career, so it makes me think of retirement. But there's a subplot of leaving a Gemini behind somehow. I mean, it could be a child, I suppose. Leaving the nest, that's another scenario. So a Gemini may be leaving. And maybe a significant change in one part of your life makes you think about your other parts and you're going, what do I really want to do with my life? Am I happy? You know what I mean? So what are you manifesting? what's the best thing you're going to manifest in the next 12 months according to the cards based on the energy of Lionsgate that you're going to use to manifest? A big change that will allow you to actually live and feel your life. Because I feel like you're mega busy. Carrying a heavy load. It's a welcome burden, but there's a sudden change. It might even be a tornado for all I know, right? I was pulled to the Wizard of Oz deck for a reason. Because here it's a black and white world. You want color. You want color. You want to turn this upright. I'm just saying. Okay, thank you for being here with me all these hours, you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate the new subscribers. Thank you for being here. As you know, last week I filmed the August readings for each sign, so please review those. Pretty soon, probably in about a month, I'll start filming the 12-month readings for everybody, for every sign, meaning you can get your own 12-month reading for $275. And I don't run the timer then. You know, I just leave I don't even set up the timer. So I've done readings that range, 12-month readings that range from, 1 hour and 45 minutes to, like 5 hours. It takes however long it takes, right? Thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And welcome to new subscribers. And welcome to old subscribers. Thank you so much. People who've been here for 8 years, I appreciate you. So, anyway, I'm going to go eat now, guys. Because it's 6:11 p.m. where I am. I think I've been on since 2. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And I'll see you next weekend, okay? Mwah! Bye.